Hey YouTube, I'm in the middle of replacing the inner splash guard on the 78 Corvette, and one of the things I need to do before I glue anything is get my hood, my hood installed, and so I can check all the gaps and stuff like that. One of the first things I'm going to do is, I need to worry about the latches. So with this latch, that one over there, and the cable that runs into the cockpit is completely seized up, so that won't budge. These work. I think the cross cable that goes across is a couple years old, so that's good. So I've got a new interior handle, the hood release, and then the barrel that it runs through. Today I'm going to remove both the left and right latches, get the cable out, get everything out, get all the gunk off of it, possibly repaint, reinstall everything. So I'll also install the cable. So I just want to get that system good to go so that when I am able to install the hood, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So I need to open the hood after I close it. It's important. But let me remove these two latches. I'll get them out, show you guys what I'm working with. All right, got them out. Super crusty. So let's see if I can't get both of those in a gallon can of chem dip. Let those soak for a couple hours, and I'll pull them out and scrub on them. So yeah, everything else is getting to clean in here too, and on the other side as well. I'll pull the cable all the way out and lube it up really well before sticking it back in. I also don't think I have it routed right. Looks like I've got it under the wiper motor and under all that wiring. So see if I can, where it needs to go. Look at my manual, the Google images, whatever I have to do. But yeah, so I will be back after that. Okay, these were soaking in chem dip all night. They were super gunked up. Gross. Look at that, they came out great. So soaked them in that. Rinse them off in the hose. I don't know if I'm gonna paint them. I think if I paint them, they're just gonna get scratched up and look crappy, but so I might just lube them up real good. They don't look too bad. They will flash rust if I don't do something soon, so I don't know. See what happens with that. Oh, so those are looking great. Still have not installed the cockpit release handle. That's probably next, but just got a lot of different stuff going on, from the inner fender to fiberglass repair for the hinges. So, waiting for one thing to dry, then I can work on something else and, kind of move around. So it's gonna be a slow and steady process, but hopefully I'm able to knock out 3 projects at the same time. So, all right, I'll be back. Okay. Success. I got the old hood release cable and handle out. That was a pain in the butt. I had to remove the vent, AC vent on this side. There's 2 screws on the back side of the dash. I was able to get them out. 2 7mm screws. I was able to get them out with extension, little ratchet, and then that gives you access to the bracket bolts. They're located along this wall. 2 of them. They're 11mm. Then I was able to pull the old cable out, and then I came on this side and was trying to figure out my plan for feeding in the new one. And this, so I ended up pulling the grommet, where the conduit piece feeds through. And that gave me a lot of access, so I was able to get it started down in there. You can't really see, but I was able to fish it through with pick and needle nose. So I've got that pulled through. I'm gonna mount up the bracket against the wall, get those 2 bolts back in there, and then I'll come back and fish this grommet over the conduit, press that back into place. Then I'm free to hook up my the cleaned up latches. So that was a pain in the butt. Not much information online, so Just kind of figuring that one out on my own, but hopefully that helps. Okay, I decided to stop while I was ahead after getting that bracket in. Reinstall that grommet down there. Got the handle cable actually through. It's actually more of a piece of wire, but and then I installed my cleaned up latches on this and that side and ran the cable. The cable was not routed properly. You can see I've got a mess, so I want to take off this pin anyways and put some washers behind it. So I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, I want some final touches up to do, but it's adjusted. Both of them fire at the same time. When I load them both, pull the handle, they both fire at the same time. You can adjust that on this driver's side. You see those different holes, so just adjust forward or backward until both click, you know, open at the same time. So very pleased with it. They do have, when you're ordering the new handle and bracket assembly, I think for the 78 to 79 it's like 55 bucks or something, and then for this up to 76 it's like 20 something dollars for both assemblies. I'm looking at them, I cannot figure out what the difference was, and they're pretty much identical. The only thing that I could see that might be different is the bracket assembly was a little too long, so it wouldn't allow me to depress the release as far as it needed to go. So I just trimmed that off with some wire cutters, not a big deal. Everything else seems the same. So if you've got a 78, 79, then do what I did and save your money. Get a 76, it's the same stuff. So yeah, very happy with that. Happy to have that working. Now the only thing I've left is to put the vent back in. So no big deal. I didn't want to put that in until everything was working, just in case I had to take it back out. Not super hard, but definitely a tight squeeze. So hopefully this video helps you out. The forums say you basically have to remove the dash, or at least half of it, and peel it back, but you risk cracking it. And so I think my method of using like a 6-inch extension with a deep well 7mm socket, 1/4-inch drive ratchet, you can definitely get under there and get it out. So yeah, glad that's done. I'll finish that up and show you the final result. Okay, got that little vent and duct back in for the AC. Just show you guys how it works. There we go, crispy. Very nice. So yeah, after cleaning these up, painting them, I lubed them up with some just generic grease, heavy duty stuff, just so that they won't get gummed up too bad. And I greased down in the pivoting points and then wiped it all off so it's not all gunky, but that'll be good. They came out great, looks really good. Happy to have that done. And like I said, the reason I'm doing such a small little project in the middle of this big deal, I want to be able to adjust my hood. So can't do that if I can't close it all the way. So yeah, back to finishing this guy up, inner wheel well. Yeah, that's it for this hood, latch, and release cable video.